Oh, hey, man.
Hi Hayden, how are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Hey, I've got a bit of a bone to pick with you. I don't know. It's been a while since we spoke, and it's been kind of festering for me. A little while ago, you were angry at Stephen Miller, and look, no issues from me there. Like, I'm not defending Stephen Miller or anything like this, but you called him something like an evil big forehead motherfucker or something. And I just think,
hmm
are you in really any position to be criticizing other people about their forehead size?
I'm wondering, Hayden, look, I hear you and I see you.
I'm not defending Stephen Miller. I'm just saying, like, and I'm not in a position myself. Like, I have a big forehead, but
I feel I can't help but think this is a bit of an attack on me, and I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that Rosabelle got a standalone episode of this podcast and you didn't.
so you was trying to say that I'm acting out in some way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just concerned. I'm just expressing a genuine concern. I'm not upset at all that Roosevelt got her own episode, got a whole hour to speak.
On to today's episode. We are looking at Nickelodeon, the American TV network that has birthed many different shows that are very big here in the United States. Some of those shows traveled to New Zealand, but Nickelodeon was certainly not a big deal in New Zealand growing up like it was for many Americans. I'm wondering, when I say Nickelodeon, Hayden, what feelings, emotions, thoughts are stirred up within you?
Cartoony, kidsy. Is it like Selena Gomez and all them came out of that, or is that like the Mickey Mouse Club or something? I think there's like cartoons.
Of course, the other thing as I speak to you now, I think sliming people was a big part of Nickelodeon, like dumping slime on kids. I feel like that was a Nickelodeon thing.
Oh, the slime. So we had a big adaptation of slime here with What Now, and our slime was called Gunge. So we were Gunge people. I think that's a real cultural difference. And we used to put them in a tube and gunge them. You should be gunged, you big forehead motherfucker.
I'm David Farrier, a New Zealander accidentally marooned in America, and I want to figure out what makes this country tick. Now, occasionally on this podcast, we come across topics that are so deeply American and so vast that my tiny New Zealand brain doesn't know where to begin. We last encountered this in the first emo episode, where Rob delivered me a slideshow presentation so vast and so specific, it went on to become one of the most listened to Flightless Bird episodes of all time. Quite annoying for me. He likes to think he's the star of the show. Today, we have reached another such juncture. Nickelodeon, the American TV channel launched on April 1st, 1979, when I was just 3 years old, was no April Fool's joke. Did you get that? Because it was launched April 1st.
Yeah, I got it.
Nickelodeon gave us SpongeBob SquarePants, Dora the Explorer, and Rugrats. And frankly, a bunch of shows that I know absolutely nothing about. Shows according to Wikipedia: Big Time Rush, iCarly, Keenan and Kel, Drake and Josh, and The Amanda Show. All mysteries to me. I suppose my point is, when I grew up in New Zealand, some shows made it to New Zealand, but not the channel, the brand, and the phenomenon of Nickelodeon. So prepare for some big doses of nostalgia, and for me, finally, hopefully, to wrap my head around what the hell Nickelodeon means to the sanctity and unity of the United States of America. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the Nickelodeon episode.
Flightless, flightless, flightless bird touchdown in America. I'm a flightless bird touchdown in America.
I'm trying to get more theatrical with my intros. Also, it's later at night, and I feel like when we're recording later, I feel looser.
You're a little more delirious.
My Crocs are off. I'm feeling a bit more out there, you know, so be careful.
It's going to be a wild one.
How's it going?
It's going good.
It is, as we record, Wednesday, February 11. We are both post Super Bowl, post halftime.
We survived that Super Bowl show, even though it wasn't in English. I don't know how
So
we did
confusing.
it. I don't know
So
how we did it.
disorientating. Like, oh my God. It's like, I can't believe it. I've really enjoyed all the commentary out of that, mainly the beautiful people dressed as trees.
Yes.
It's grass. Loved it. The only thing I want to say on that, I, on my phone, had the alternative halftime show going.
You were contributing to the streamers?
I had a VPN, but I think
Okay.
probably ultimately it was a contribution of one viewer.
That was the only reason. Well, not the only reason.
No, I know what you mean.
I was curious enough to see how terrible it was going to be that I would have maybe put it on my phone, but then I was like, I don't want this to be seen as another viewer.
I think
supporting
you
this
made
thing.
the right decision. It was a fascinating watch just in how, I mean, I imagine everyone listening to this will kind of know it's been discussed endlessly, but it was just the juxtaposition between the two, like the joy of the halftime show.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I'm one of these people that like, I'm learning about it all. I'm not a Bad Bunny fan. I watched this thing. Holy shit. Huge. Amazing. Joyous.
Yeah. Me too. I didn't know any of the songs.
Yeah.
But like that was a great halftime show.
It was a really good
one of
halftime
the better
show.
ones that I've seen.
And on my phone I had the alternative going. And it was
the pre-recorded alternative too.
Yeah.
It turns out. Where that was like fully
I didn't even know that
lip-synced.
until now.
Yep. And this has been going around already, but the fact that like the biggest complaint about the Bad Bunny was that it wasn't in English at all. But then like Kid Rock's singing Ba with the Ba. That's gibberish.
Absolute gibberish.
And he's not even singing it.
No.
He's like, yeah.
Also, of course, lyrics emerge from his earlier work about wanting to get with underage women, that being I mean, it's all, I guess my main point is watching that on my phone while the main show is going on. It was such a comical juxtaposition. It was like very hard to know that this was the reality that we're in.
Yeah.
It was, if it wasn't not funny, it would be very funny.
And like the outrage from it was just so absurd. Did you see though? There was footage from Trump's Super Bowl party.
No,
and they had Bad Bunny playing. Like they weren't even playing this show.
It's really incredible. You were happy with the game that took place?
Yeah, it was fine.
It was a game. We have some big news. We have some live shows coming up. We've been doing the show live is one of our favorite things. The difficulty is getting Rob and I to both have free time at the same time. But we've sorted out 3 live shows. They're going to be Sunday, March 29th in Salt Lake City.
At the Depot.
Thursday, April 2nd in Austin.
At Emo's, iconic venue in Austin. And pretty fitting for the show.
Kind of incredible. We'll be doing an Emo Part 3 episode there.
we won't.
And Saturday, April 4th in Dallas.
At the Texas Theater.
So we're doing a pre-sale for patrons right now when you're listening to this episode. Tuesday, February 17. Tomorrow, Wednesday, February 18, will be everybody else.
Yeah.
So if you're a patron, jump on that pre-sale, get the tickets, get in there.
Yeah, and tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. Central Time, I believe, for all of these.
Very excited to do this. I always sort of been excited about this for a while, so I already have a few things locked in. But if you're in any of those cities and you are like, oh my God, you must cover this, as always, flightlessbirdchat@gmail.com. Rob and I come into each city a couple of days before, and we want to kind of feel the city out. So even if you have any
recommendations,
kind of, insider knowledge,
touristy things to do,
it's almost like just like insider things, like not what we get in like Lonely Planet, but the things that you find special about your city.
Yeah, if it's emblematic of the city, that's what we want.
If you're in Utah, just a personal request, if you are in charge of the factory that makes the magic underpants for Mormons, I want to visit that factory. Flightlessbirdchat@gmail.com. So again, March 29th, Salt Lake City, April 2nd, Austin, April 4th, Dallas.
Yeah, come on out and hang out with us.
Deeply excited about this. Another thing I wanted to mention before we get into Nickelodeon, James Van Der Beek passed away.
Yeah.
Which I find, I'm curious like how you resonated. I'm 43. Dawson's Creek I watched every episode. I was big into that show when it was out.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the character of Dawson was like, I think because he was like this aspiring film director, I was like, I want to be that. Like he had a Jurassic Park poster on the wall.
That was his character, what his character was into?
Yeah. Deeply into like, he wanted to be a director.
Got it.
And from what little I know about his later life, he seemed to have like I think he was a Christian. He was very sane. Mm-hmm. And as he got his cancer diagnosis, I believe it was colon cancer, he just had a really amazing outlook on life that he kind of demonstrated on his social media that I just admired.
Yeah.
There was also kind of the double tragic thing of the fact that I believe friends ran some GoFundMes for him as he was diagnosed. And now since he's passed away, his family is running some GoFundMes to cover certain things about the whole past medical bills, future wellness for them. And I just think it speaks. I mean, I feel like I'm preaching when I say this, but it's like it's like this being hit over the head with how you can be I'm in New Zealand watching this giant show.
Yeah.
You can be incredibly successful, and yet you're still not necessarily looked after with the healthcare system here, which I just think is such a, I mean, this has been said before, but I find that really insane. But for me, honestly, I was watching some of his Instagrams today, just talking about his faith and the way he viewed things. And I know I rag on Christianity a lot, but listening to him talk about his faith, I was like, holy shit, this is a Christian. This is how you can view things. Wasn't trying to convert me.
Yeah.
In one of his posts, he was even like, if me saying God is annoying you, just like substitute it for something else. But like, this is my thing. Yeah. I just think he was a fucking lovely human. Died way too young. Yeah. And I'm just sad because I love that show. Like I grew up with that guy.
Yeah. And I think even after the show, he had like a fun, he didn't take himself too seriously.
No.
Beyond that.
I had a t-shirt that I wore for a while, which was, it was like a gif of him like crying, but it was like printed on the shirt. It's like a very iconic shot of him in Dawson's Creek having a meltdown. Yeah. And like he had a sense of humor about all that stuff. Just seemed like a really a quality human. And that kind of hit me weirdly hard. It's that thing where a celebrity life isn't worth any more than anyone else's life, but like occasionally someone will pass away and you're just like, oh God. Well, horrific.
And then you think you don't want to wait for your lives to be over.
There's that. I see what you're doing.
Did you get it?
It took a while. Great soundtrack. The score for Dawson's Creek, so good. I have a segue into Nickelodeon.
You do,
which is a very podcaster thing to do. It ends up being centered very on me. But look, I was alerted to this a little while ago. Goosebumps.
Oh, yes.
I'm a huge R.L. Stein fan. I grew up with R.L. Stein, American horror author for kids. I've read all of his shit. And as a fact...
Don't call his stuff shit.
Good shit. So as far as Nickelodeon goes, he was the head writer for a show called Eureka's Castle, which was on Nickelodeon. It premiered as part of the Nick Jr. programming in '89, a while back now. And he also was the first ever editor of Nickelodeon magazine. But why am I talking about it? 10 years ago. It's the 10-year anniversary of Tickled, my documentary this year that I made with my friend Dylan Reeve. And there's a new Goosebumps book called They Call Me the Night Howler. And in it...
When did this come out?
Last year.
Okay.
I just learned about it. In it, there is a short sequence that I would argue references Tickled. It might be something else. I think it's Tickled. George laughed. He dove at Mickey, grabbed him from behind, reached around, and started tickling his belly with both hands. Die, mutant, die, he screamed. Laughing, Mickey squirmed free. Did you know there are these guys who tickle each other? It's like a sport. There are tickling teams, and they see who can take it the longest. That's stupid, I said. No, it's a thing, Mickey insisted. I saw it on Netflix. Look, there might be other tickling documentaries or films on Netflix. I'm pretty confident it's Tickled. And for me, if you could tell me when I was 10 that a future Goosebumps book would like reference that shit, legitimately blows my mind. And I feel grateful and insane, and I just am very excited about that.
You'll have to find a way to find out if he has seen Tickled. If
that's the exact thought process now. I'm like, I need to get in touch with him. We're in America, so I'm going to work on that.
He's a very prolific writer too. Like he churns. Like the fact that he's still writing Goosebump books. Is
my favorite thing about him is I read an interview with him a while back, and people were like, what are you trying to like do? Like, what are you trying to say with your books? And he's just like, I'm trying to say nothing. Like, these are the most pure entertainment for kids ever. There's no message. There's nothing. I just want kids to be entertained and get into reading. And I just thought that was great. He's not trying to pretend that there's like a meaning under this. Just like, no, I just want to make books that kids will read. And in New Zealand, like my youngest niece, Sophie, is reading all of this now. Yeah. It's so cool. Anyway, he was involved in editing the Nickelodeon magazine, and he made a show for Nickelodeon in '89. And so that segues us perfectly
Into 90s Nickelodeon.
into 90s Nickelodeon.
What do you know about Nickelodeon?
Honestly, I literally, when we were setting up the graphics for the show today, I saw the logo and I was like, oh, fuck me, it's slime. Like the Nickelodeon logo is slime. So about Nickelodeon, I know that they have all the slime stuff because we've done a slime episode of this podcast and we talked about Nickelodeon and the cultural context of slime in America. I know that they've made massive shows.
Did you watch any of the shows? Do you know any of the shows?
Rugrats.
You watched
Which was
Rugrats?
a weird... Like Rugrats was my memory of that is so weird because it felt like a cartoon kind of for adults.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Okay, so I know Rugrats.
Yeah.
I believe Dora the Explorer is a Nickelodeon show, which I never watched, but I know of.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the whole phenomenon of what this represented.
Well, you didn't have the station in New Zealand, right? So
no, in New Zealand, growing up, we had 3 TV stations.
Right.
That
well,
was it.
there wasn't streamers. Like you weren't. No. You didn't. Your antenna wasn't picking up. The Nickelodeon channel.
And I guess my first question to you before you kind of take over is, growing up, like, when would you watch this? Because in New Zealand, we'd get home from school and we'd want to turn on the TV immediately at 3:30 and like watch kids programming. Is that kind of what this was for you growing up?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Like maybe the morning a little bit and weekends, but it was like after school,
right?
You throw on the TV.
Strap in. This is it.
But like 90s was my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like that was prime Nickelodeon.
What were your alternatives? Was it like a Disney-ish thing?
Disney, yes, Disney Channel.
Yeah.
ABC had like TGIF on Fridays, I remember being a big thing, where it was like Boy Meets World.
Oh my God.
Which I think eventually went to Disney.
I have weird, like, when you said Boy Meets World, I got weird, like, puberty fit. Like, that was like puberty Boy Meets World.
Yeah. No, I loved Boy Meets World. Yeah. Sean. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's all coming back.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll be a whole separate thing.
Yeah,
all right. So, much like the emo episode, put together a presentation for you.
I love nothing more than your presentations, and I'm ready.
So, I thought the best way to introduce you to Nickelodeon was to go through 90s shows a bit, and I broke them into a couple categories.
This is kind of reflective of your childhood experience?
Yeah. These are all shows that I watched as a kid.
Okay.
So, first category, we're going to go into cartoons.
Okay. All right.
So, like you mentioned, Rugrats. From 91 to 2003, 174 episodes of it.
My God.
They made some movies too.
Had no idea.
So Rugrats follows the imaginative adventures of a group of babies. Tommy, Chucky, Angelica, Susie, and twins Phil and Lil. They explore the world from their pint-sized point of view, using their wild imaginations. Ordinary experiences become grand quests and discoveries, while adults remain mostly unaware of the epic adventures that they're having.
So I did watch a bit of this. I didn't watch it obsessively. But looking back at it, I feel like it was like quite a weird, like, even the animation style feels sort of targeted a bit at older people as well.
A bit.
Like, it's very neat. It's like a very like hipster cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, now it is, but I think that's just nostalgia. Like,
right.
It was like the babies could talk to each other, but they couldn't talk to adults.
Yeah, right.
Except Angelica. They could talk to Angelica and she could talk to the adults. Like she was the bridge, but she was also like the mean cousin.
Right.
And so like for some of these, I picked out some like memorable episodes that I remember.
You're a psychopath.
I
like
too.
Because this is an insight into your brain, which I love. The understanding Nickelodeon, I think, is partly understanding you.
Yeah. Well, and the parents were like wacky and weird. Like his dad. So Tommy was the main character, and his dad, Stu Pickles, was Tommy Pickles. It's Stu Pickle. He was just like a fun dad. It was like kind of Bluey vibes where it was modeling
a good family situation. The thing I remember at Rugrats is like the way it was animated, the parents are so big, like you were down on the floor with the kids. And so when adults came in, it was like a giant was entering the room.
Exactly.
And I thought that was something that was like, is the child experience.
Yes. And then there was a character Reptar which was like the big dinosaur that they loved.
I do not remember
do
that at all.
remember the episode Reptar on Ice,
Uh-huh.
where they found this little lizard in the backyard.
Yeah.
And their parents take them to go see Reptar on Ice. So they bring the lizard because they think it's Reptar's kid.
Okay.
And they're trying to give the lizard back to Reptar. They end up like backstage giving it to him, and the lizard gets in the like suit. And
this is a core memory.
Yeah.
Reptar.
Yeah. It was one of the like first spin-offs I think I ever knew about as a kid, because they did All Grown Up, where it was like them as teenagers, which was cool.
That was a standalone episode or a
No,
spin-off?
I think they did a whole series.
I don't like that. I don't like the idea of seeing those little kids as adults. That's weird.
Not adults. They were like teenagers.
Okay.
And it was just like, here's them a little older.
That's so
I think it
odd.
only lasted like a season or two.
No one wants that.
No.
You watch Rugrats for these like little kids, not the teen versions. Very funny concept.
All right. So then, do you know about Hey Arnold?
I know it, but I know nothing. Like, I recognize the character, never watched it.
So 96 to 2004, they did 100 episodes of it, and I believe they've also done movies. He has a football-shaped head.
Yeah, I can see,
was his thing.
Not a big forehead, small forehead.
Hey Arnold follows a football-headed fourth grader, Arnold, who lives with his offbeat grandparents in a boarding house full of eclectic neighbors in the big city of Hillwood. His best friend, Gerald, at his side. He navigates school, playground bullies, crushes, family dynamics, everyday urban life. I remember he had this amazing bedroom at the house that his grandparents lived. He had like the top floor that had this skylight that would overlook the city.
Oh, so it's like the dream kid bedroom.
Yes.
It's like what every kid dreams of.
Yes.
Big space.
Key episodes of this, they did a really amazing job. There was a Christmas episode. The grandparents have all these people that live with them. That they're like
friends
tenants.
at what?
No, they're like tenants that
An
live in this
unusual
house.
living situation.
Yes, and there's this like grumpy Vietnamese guy that lives there. And they did a Christmas episode where you find out he had been separated from his daughter during Vietnam War.
Oh,
and has not seen her. So Arnold goes on this journey to reunite him with his daughter. So like
that's super
you're a kid
emotionally
watching,
intense.
Yeah. It had like the show had a lot of heart.
Yeah. So are they kind of running? Are his grandparents kind of like slumlords? Are they running?
No, they're
or
great.
It's like,
They're good people.
Great.
They're good people. They're helping people.
They're helping
like,
people have this room.
Yes.
You need somewhere to stay.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, they're like kind of like hippie grandparents.
Okay, we like them.
We're like all these Nickelodeon shows. They're modeling family values and
yeah, I like this.
And then there was another episode about Stoop Kid.
Okay.
Where there was this kid that would not get off the stoop.
As you say Stoop Kid, are the people listening to this being like, oh my God, Stoop Kid?
Yeah, they know about Stoop Kid. And then Arnold helps Stoop Kid get off the stoop.
Yeah, like we got a room. My grandparents got this massive house. Come and live here.
Well, he was this like grumpy kid that would like harass people from his stoop.
Right.
But he wouldn't leave his stoop.
Wait, is a stoop the stairs
the
outside?
front stairs of his
I'm just checking I know what a stoop is for a second.
Stoop Kid wouldn't leave his stoop.
Okay.
Arnold helps him get over his fear of leaving the stoop.
Okay. I feel like the more you say stoop, the more crazy that word seems.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, spoiler, he helps him get off the stoop, and it just allows him to harass people beyond his stoop.
So he still stays. His core personality traits stay.
Yeah, there's like a bully guy that goes to mess with him, and then he acts like he doesn't leave the stoop, and then he just like hightails it after him.
Okay.
So that was Hey Arnold.
Okay.
Doug.
I know Doug. Doug and
Doug.
Patty.
Doug and Patty. Patty Mayonnaise.
Patty Mayonnaise.
And Doug Funny.
See, this is what's funny to me about this is I'm realizing New Zealand got these shows, but they were just like, some of these were just like splattered on different places.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Doug.
91 to 96, which is...
Was that the guy? Skeeter?
Okay, so Doug is an imaginative, thoughtful kid just trying to find his way in his hometown of Bluffington. Between enduring bad haircuts, avoiding bully Roger Klotz, and desperately hoping to impress his crush Patty Mayonnaise, Doug's got plenty to be anxious about. No matter how it turns out, Doug can always turn to his best friend Skeeter, his dog Pork Chop, and of course, his fantasy life and journal. So he would always be writing and drawing in his journal, and it would like come to life.
Okay, and that would take him off on different adventures.
Yes. And he had like Quail Man, was his like superhero persona, which I think was just like a belt on his head.
Right.
I do remember there was this band, the Beats, that they loved.
Yeah, I remember this.
Which was kind of like the Beatles meets... I don't even know. But there's an episode where he like lies and tries to go to the concert, and like they're trying to win tickets on the radio, I think, too, and chaos ensues.
I have, of all the things you've done so far, I have like good feelings towards Doug. And yet I don't remember core elements. Like I don't remember having like a fantasy land in his journal that he'd go off and do.
Yeah.
But I definitely remember his overall vibe.
I loved Doug as well.
So far, like what's your favorite one so far that you most resonate with?
Doug is the one that I have the most like core memories from.
Same. That's a trip. I grew up in New Zealand.
Yeah.
We both have like a love of Doug.
Yeah, Doug funny.
That's a fucking trip. Stay tuned for more Flightless Bird. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Support for Flightless Bird comes from Grow Therapy. Was this month supposed to be your big, fresh start to the year? Sometimes the pressure to fix everything at once, it can just leave you feeling entirely stuck. And with Grow Therapy, it makes it easier to reset at your own pace with therapy that's covered by insurance and built around your specific life.
People assume therapy is too expensive, but what if we said it didn't have to be? With Grow Therapy, care is designed to be affordable, insurance-friendly, and easy to understand. No subscriptions, just support that fits your life and your budget.
And whether it's your first time in therapy or your 20th time or your 50th time, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. They connect you with thousands of independent licensed therapists across the US, offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights, and weekends.
You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days.
And again, there are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session, and Grow helps you find therapy on your own time. I think therapy can be really great. If you're skeptical about it, I would just recommend giving it a try. I've found it incredibly useful.
So whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans, including Medicaid in some states.
Sessions average around $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/bird today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/bird, growtherapy.com/bird.
Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Support for Flightless Bird comes from Bombas. People keep quizzing us about our 2026 resolutions. It's just kind of something people do. I think Rob and I both have the usual goals. We want to get cut for summer. We want to be fit. We want to be fancy. But also there's a new one at the top of our list, and that is get comfy. And that's where Bombas comes in. They're bringing serious comfort to all our everyday go-tos.
The all-new Bombas sport socks are engineered with sport-specific comfort for running, golf, hiking, skiing, snowboarding, and all sport. I play softball a lot. And
you're right. I didn't know that. And what's that big trophy sitting there? Is that for softball?
It is.
Is that when you won?
It is when we won.
Good job.
And I was wearing my Bombas all sport socks when that happened.
Well, as far as an endorsement goes, it's actually kind of amazing. I wear Bombas socks all the time, mostly when I'm going on hikes. But they also have beautiful socks if you're going to a wedding. If you're going out, they have a sock for every occasion. They also have other things as well, like underwear and tees. Their softest based layers will have you rethinking your whole wardrobe. Their underwear and t-shirts are flexible, breathable, and buttery smooth.
Premium everyday go-tos that you won't want to leave the house without. And for every item you purchase, an essential clothing item is donated to someone facing housing insecurity. One purchased, one donated, with over 150 million donations and counting.
So head over to bombas.com/bird and use code BIRD for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/bird, code BIRD at checkout.
All right, Rocko's Modern Life. Do you know about Rocko?
Never heard of this in my life.
Okay, this is more what I was hoping for.
You know,
just to be like very foreign, weird. Because some of these I think are pretty niche.
Yeah, no, I don't know anything. It's a weird dog and his
Wallaby.
dog?
It's a wallaby.
He's a wallaby.
93 to 96, 52 episodes of Rocko's modern life. Rocko as a wallaby is moved from his native Australia to the United States.
Okay, incredible.
But modern life isn't as easy as he expected. Living in the fictional city of O-Town, he navigates everyday challenges, odd jobs, neighborhood annoyances, and quirky mishaps while trying to make the most of his life in his new home. Along the way, Rocko is joined by his loyal dog, Spunky, his friendly but dim-witted pal, Heifer, and his neurotic buddy, Filbert, who's that turtle guy on the right.
A little turtle.
As they encountered all kinds of bizarre situations and strange characters.
Did Rocko have an Australian accent?
I think he was just American voice.
Okay.
I mean, I think he had a cartoon character voice.
And the animation style from these screenshots, it looks like very like comical and quite funny and absurd.
Yeah,
Not that the others aren't.
And the next one, Ren and Stimpy, I think have kind of similar vibes where it was like a little gross.
Yeah.
Rocko's was like a slightly tamer version of Ren and Stimpy, I feel like, where there's like maggots and bugs and stuff that are part of it. But Ren and Stimpy, I do remember being like totally disgusting. Like, I don't think my mom liked me watching Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, we had Ren and Stimpy, and my mum was exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't doing any good for your brain.
No, they were...
What the fuck were they? What are Ren and Stimpy?
So, Ren and Stimpy follows bizarre, off-the-wall misadventures of two unlikely roommates. Ren, an emotionally unstable chihuahua, and Stimpy, a cheerful but dim-witted cat, as they navigate strange scenarios, surreal humor, and slapstick chaos in a wildly exaggerated cartoon world.
I didn't know he was a cat. I wouldn't look at him and think cat.
Yeah, I don't... Chihuahua and cat, that's...
I see the chihuahua. Like, chihuahuas are like the most
Kinda
disgusting,
hairless.
shriveled, hairless things.
Yeah.
I do not see
Pointy
cat
ears,
and
I
Stimpy.
guess. He looks more like a dog to me than a cat.
I agree wholeheartedly.
But yeah, this was like grosser, weird cartoons.
And I just remember their faces being like incredibly warped and like lots of like crazy expressions.
Yeah, and like kind of like acid trippy.
Yeah, very acidy.
All right, so we're gonna exit cartoons.
Okay,
and
see,
go to-
I think live action, this is where it's going to get weird for me.
I think so too.
And thinking about this, I think it's because like cartoons translate to other countries because like kids like colorful illustrations.
Yeah.
Whereas like relating to American kids is a little bit different as like a Kiwi.
Yeah, these are more like cultural slice of life type shows.
Deeply curious about this.
So, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Do you know about this?
No.
This was from 1990 to 2000. They did 90 episodes of this.
This feels scary.
This was scary. Are You Afraid of the Dark is a spine-tingling anthology series that invites young viewers into the eerie world of the Midnight Society.
Mm-hmm.
So every episode would start with them gathering behind the fire to tell a scary story.
Okay.
So it was this like storytelling, and then it would end with them being like freaked out around the fire. And
Okay, so that was like the unifying thing was them
Yes.
gathering to like share.
yes, they would like throw this powder into the fire
I see.
and like, this is the tale
Great format.
of the doll maker.
Yeah, okay.
And like that was one of the episodes I remember. There was like a friend that went missing, and she like ended up in an attic that had all these creepy vintage dolls,
Horrific.
and her friend was trapped in one of the doll bodies.
It's like, as a kid, was this one of the like first kind of horror-esque
Yeah, absolutely.
bits of media?
So there's an episode, The Tale of the Dead Man's Float, which I still think about.
Yeah, okay. Pray
It
tell.
was a pool. It was like a closed pool at school, I believe.
Already scary.
A student had drowned at one point in the pool,
Awful.
which it's also kind of crazy that this was like kids shows.
No,
Like
completely.
90s, I was 2 to 12
Mhm.
in. So like,
Pretty formative
yeah.
years.
But I just remember they would like, they snuck into the pool and there was this creature, that skull
I hate
fleshy
that.
creature that would emerge from the water and like pull them under.
Rob, fuck that.
Yeah. So like the deep
That-
end. That's why I like,
Oh.
I don't love a pool where Yeah, there's this
totally.
vast deep end because I think of this episode of this show still.
I mean, I don't know why, but I have problems with pools with the filters. Like, you know, like
I
with
don't
the
love
water.
those either. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I do laps. I don't want to be on the outside lane where I can see all the water slurping off to the side. Yeah, so pools are scary. That's a psychotic thing to gear up for kids.
Yeah.
Like something that drags you down from the deep end.
Yeah.
Especially in a world where like you're trying to teach kids to swim and to be safe in the water.
Yes.
To freak them out.
Yes.
It's like showing kids Jaws.
There was like a movie recently that had a similar premise to that episode, and I was like, I'm not going to watch this.
I'm not going there.
Because I don't need to revisit the trauma of this episode.
You know, I hate this.
Get terrified of pools again.
And also, wait, just for when this was airing, was this after school stuff as well? Was this later at night on Nickelodeon?
I couldn't. I think it was still like, because Nickelodeon also had Nick at Night,
Okay.
which they would play like
Porn.
old. Yeah.
No,
No, they would
other
play like
stuff.
Laverne and Shirley, Happy Days.
Okay.
Do you know about these?
I know Happy Days. I don't know the other way. Lynn and Shirley.
Laverne and Shirley. It
Laverne
was
and
all
Shirley?
just like, and like Bewitched and
Yeah, okay.
like cool old TV.
You're right.
Was like
but my point
nighttime.
being, like, this shit was marketed for kids.
Yeah, I mean, look at that clown. That's a
Hate
out of like
I-
Twilight Zone.
it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all.
All right, moving on. We've got Clarissa Explains It All.
Yeah, okay. Never heard of it.
So this is Melissa Joan Hart. Do you know?
I do.
Melissa. This was her show when she was 91 to 94, 65 episodes, which is also like 65
There's
episodes.
so much of it.
Yes,
There's
just
so
like
much
compared
of
to
this
what
shit?
TV is now,
Completely.
they're making so many episodes.
Yeah.
So Clarissa Explains It All. It was a teen sitcom
Mhm.
centered around Clarissa Darling, smart, sarcastic, creative young teenager,
Mhm.
navigating ups and downs of adolescent life.
Mhm.
She would break the fourth wall and talk to the audience,
That's ahead of its
which
time.
was
Yeah.
pretty innovative.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, this was more like my sisters would watch this show.
So for a female, more for like a female-based audience
I think so.
identifying with that character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Salute your shorts.
This is weird, man. This is getting really weird. Looking at an image of like
Children at camp.
yeah, like running some like underwear up a flagpole is like a joke or something.
So now, yeah, this is
Right?
91 92, 26 episodes. I still remember the song.
Only 26. Didn't go for long, that one.
Camp Anawana. We hold you in our hearts, and when we think about you, it makes us want to fart. So it was a bunch of young campers at a fictional summer camp, Camp
Okay.
Anawana, cabins, campfires in the woods.
Great setting for like adventures.
Yeah, campers, pranks, rivalries, crushes, misadventures with a bumbling camp counselor. This
Did you
was a
like this?
fun. Yeah, I liked this one a lot. It was short
Okay.
though,
Uh-huh.
and it was so 91 to 92 was like that would have been 3 and 4 years old. So
Yeah, you're a kid.
when I found it, it was after it
And
had kinda
reruns
gone
and
away a
stuff.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
and they were
okay,
rerunning
alright.
it. The Adventures of Pete and Pete. Do you know about this?
No, no.
This
I'm
is
seeing
great.
like a couple of like white ginger kids who are
Yeah.
like hugging. Like, what is this vibe? Brothers?
Yes, they are
Okay,
brothers.
I've got just tell. Sorry, just tell me.
So 92 to 96, 39 episodes. Adventures of Pete and Pete is a quirky offbeat sitcom about surreal, humorous lives of two brothers who share the same name, Big Pete and Little Pete.
That's what they based this on.
Wrigley,
Yeah.
Little Pete Wrigley. They grew up together in Wellsville.
Uh-huh.
I got this on DVD, and Calvin and I have watched this, and it is still great.
Oh. Incredible.
Like Little Pete has a tattoo on his forearm of of Petunia.
What is it? Does it explain why he has a tattoo?
Not really. It's just his thing, and he could like make it dance when he like flexes his arm.
Okay.
There's an episode called What We Did on Summer Vacation
Uh-huh.
where they become obsessed with befriending the local ice cream man, Mr. Tasty. And
Yeah, which is
Like,
like okay. It's a nice thing for a kid to
it
do.
gave me such like warm,
Yeah,
like thinking about that episode and them.
yeah.
Like he wears this big ice cream thing on his head. He's like a mascot for Mr. Tasty.
Uh-huh.
And it's
And are
them
they
trying
like-
to find him.
Are they like, he's lonely. We need to be friends with him.
He's just the mysterious ice cream man that everyone gets ice cream from over the summer, and then he goes away. And
Which is funny because I feel like ice cream men are now tropes of like
Yes.
abductors and like murderers.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that was before that was a thing and an idea. Like ice cream men were like friendly and fun, and
Yeah.
we should like look after them, as opposed to like keep away from the ice cream truck. They're going to abduct you. What a
This
weird
is
concept.
Mr. Tasty.
It's so weird,
Yeah.
man. Also, like, I guess when you've got like a network, pitching is easier, but like pitching these shows, like it's a weird pitch. Like we've got these two kids, they've got the same name.
Yeah.
Like they go on adventures.
Honestly, I was making this and I was like, they don't make TV like this anymore.
No.
And like, these are incredible shows. And I don't
Yeah.
know if that's just because I grew up watching them and I have like a fondness for them.
Do your kids, like, do they appreciate this?
Yeah,
Do
Calvin
they get it?
loved this.
So it translates.
Yeah,
still.
and he's watched Hey Arnold before and was
Yeah,
into that.
I mean, if this is made in like 92 to 96 and it stood that much time with your like kids, that says a lot.
Yeah. It has like, this show had like kind of Wonder Years vibes. Do you know
Okay.
about Wonder Years?
Okay.
No. Okay.
I'm nodding, but I don't really. Wonder
Yeah.
Year, I know it's like, I don't know.
And I do so there was another episode. So Little Pete was just kind of this troublemaker, defiant
Rascal.
Yes.
He was annoying
There's-
like you.
An episode called The Night Crawlers where he becomes determined
Mm.
to defy the international adult conspiracy by
Okay.
staying up for 11 days straight.
Okay. Doesn't want to go to bed.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He believes adults are conspiring to cut childhood short.
Okay. That's fun. I like that because no kid wants to go to bed. No one wants that.
So yeah.
Deeply weird, but who's this guy in the middle, that adult on the phone? Do we know who that is?
I think that guy's in prison on that shot.
Okay. What, the kid's
that's-
visiting someone in prison?
I think that's Arnie.
Who's Arnie?
Arnie is the world's strongest man. That is Little Pete's like best friend.
Okay. And he at one point goes to prison?
I don't remember. Yeah, Artie. Sorry,
Artie. Okay.
that's Artie.
Mm-hmm.
Which Artie's played by Toby Huss, who is like he was in *Halt and Catch Fire* and *King of the
Okay.
Hill*.
Right.
Artie was known as the strongest man in the world,
Mhm.
and he's the mentor and protector for Little Pete.
Okay.
So he would help him solve his issues. But
Okay.
I think a few screws were maybe loose. He would always like flex and
Okay. Bit of a nut.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Normal stuff.
the Secret World of Alex Mack, which I think you would probably love this show.
Okay.
From 94 to 98,
Yeah, I'll be the judge of
78
that.
episodes.
Okay.
It's a live-action sci-fi teen drama about an ordinary girl who changes in an extraordinary way. She's accidentally drenched with a top-secret experimental chemical. She discovers she's got powers from this. Telekinesis,
Sick.
shoot electricity from her fingertips, and she would morph into a puddle of liquid.
So that's like the worst ability of all time. That's so weird, dude. Is this like tying back into like the whole slime
A little
kind
bit,
of like
yeah.
feeling of Nickelodeon? That's like the worst special ability ever. Like I don't want that.
I do remember having the biggest crush on Alex Mack as a kid.
Yeah. She was like, cool.
And she was the actress that was later in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Okay. I
She
know that
plays Julia Stiles' sister in it.
Okay.
That Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I think his character was romantically
one.
involved
I
with.
think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Great film. Was this marketed at any particular like gender, or was it like a?
I think this
Finger
was
run.
probably more female-based, but the
Okay.
like sci-fi puddle angle, I mean...
How often would she go into a puddle?
That's mostly what I remember from the show.
What
She would
just-
morph into a puddle and like go through doors.
Oh,
'Cause
so
she
the,
could get
pu-
through,
the
like, the
puddle could
crack.
move.
The puddle would move.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's not just stuck in a puddle.
Yeah. She would.
And
She
then-
would be a puddle, and she'd be able to go move around and. It's fine.
Sorry, it's really bizarre, man.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
really weird gimmick.
Yeah.
But good on her, I guess. Okay.
All that. Do you know about all that?
No.
Okay, so this was kind of a.
These are older kids, maybe?
So this was like a kid's version of SNL.
My God,
So
okay.
Keenan
Uh-huh.
Thompson, who's
We
now
know
on
him.
SNL,
Yes.
came from this.
Uh-huh.
Kel, Amanda Bynes. So it's a sketch comedy, original short comedic sketches, reoccurring characters. They had musical guests,
Kids SNL.
pretty much. So they had a
Wow.
sketch Good Burger. which I think they eventually made that into a movie as well. Like Nickelodeon would make movies, just like Lorne Michaels does, where like these would spin off. It was
if people like
very
it, give
much,
them a movie.
It was very much SNL for kids.
Okay.
Kel would play a guy that worked at Good Burger.
Okay.
And it was Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
that was like a big line.
He was just like a dumb.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Super Dude was Keenan. He played this superhero that would like crash into walls and sloppily try to save people and was bad at it.
So wait, just fast forward for a second. Keenan and Kel, what did they turn into? Because I know that
spun
they are
off
figures.
into another show, Keenan and Kel. That came from all that.
Okay.
And then Amanda Bynes also had a spinoff, which it's later.
Okay. Strap in.
Getting ahead. And then they had this lady, Lori Beth Denberg. She would do like a weekend update type thing too, where she would have facts and jokes from a classroom. And this
is kind of like cool for like a talent mining, kind of like bringing people into this and giving them an area to play and to figure out like who was good at this stuff.
Like, I mean, there's Sinbad on it.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And yeah, I think, Keenan's still on SNL.
So just quickly, 218 episodes.
Yeah, I think they've brought it back a few times.
Yeah, right.
But she also had The Loud Librarian, where there was a sketch where she would be telling people to be quiet in the library, but she would do it very loudly.
That's funny. That's funny. I like that.
Like that.
Yeah, no, I like this gag. And you like this particular?
I did like this show a lot.
Show?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But okay, so then Keenan and Kel spun off of this. Keenan Rockmore, played by Keenan Thompson, and his best friend Kel Kimball, played by Kel Mitchell. See what they did? They just changed their last names. This took place in Chicago. Two mischievous high school buddies get into all kinds of wild hijinks, kooky schemes, and unforgettable adventures. They worked at like a convenience store together. That's a picture of them with their boss. Kel loved orange soda.
That was the gag.
That was
his thing.
A thing. He just really loved orange soda.
Do you call that Fanta in America, or is that in New Zealand?
No, it was his own. I mean, we have Fanta.
You have Fanta
too, but orange soda was its own. I think they also just had a generic brand orange soda because.
All right, just checking.
I remember an episode of this where Kel somehow gets locked in like a freezer, and the handle comes off.
Terrifying.
Everyone comes looking for him, and they just also keep getting stuck in the freezer with him. Somehow the door keeps shutting.
Okay. Freezer gets more and more full of people.
Yes. And
comedy ensues.
Exactly.
Okay. I like this. Also, like, I feel until now, a lot of these shows have been like quite white as well.
Yeah.
And here we've got like two black kids in a show.
Yeah. I mean,
or was it pretty diverse
I will
throughout?
say, just like rolling back, they do have all that has some diversity because they came from that.
Yeah.
Alex Mack has a black friend.
No, totally. No, so it's not just white central.
Yeah, I mean, as most TV was, Are You Afraid of the Dark? I do feel like Nickelodeon did an okay job of.
Yeah,
they had some.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
No, cool. No, I was just curious.
Yeah.
I hadn't really like clocked what was going on there. Stay tuned for more Flightless Bird. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Support for Flightless Bird comes from Shopify. Now, when we started this podcast, we had to figure out everything pretty much from scratch. What the show is going to be, what the logo is going to do, what our promos would be, what this entire thing would be about. It was very overwhelming. We got there, obviously. But our point is,
with that list growing every day and new tasks, that list can easily start taking over your life, and finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything can be a game changer. And for us, that tool has been Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. From household names like Allbirds to brands just getting started.
Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-go templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand's style.
Accelerate your efficiency, whether you're uploading new products or trying to improve existing ones. It's packed with helpful AI tools that help write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. And what if you get stuck? Shopify's always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer support. So tackle all of those important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more.
Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/bird.
Go to shopify.com/bird. That's shopify.com/bird. All right, so then game shows were also a big part of Nickelodeon.
Okay.
The Legends of the Hidden Temple was a great one.
Uh-huh.
I don't get too deep into these just because they're game shows. This one, action-adventure show, teams of kids compete.
I mean, this looks amazing.
Hosted by Kirk Fogg with the disembodied voice of Olmec Stonehead. So he was this narrating big stone that mouth would move.
This is incredible to me.
Yeah.
Like, this is trippy as well.
Teams of 2, problem-solving skills. They go through obstacle courses, temple rooms to retrieve hidden artifacts to win prizes. And the prizes were always like what you would imagine if you went to like a Toys R Us and could buy whatever you want.
Oh, so as a kid, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I want this
like
thing.
that is, yeah.
This, like, the sets look amazing.
This was one of my favorite game shows.
Yeah,
that
as a
Nickelodeon
kid
had.
in New Zealand, I wasn't served game shows like this.
When you would just fantasize about like being able to go on these shows.
Of course. Like a dream. In New Zealand, we had, Hayden mentioned it at the start of the episode, we had a show called What Now? And I think from what I can tell of what you're doing here, like What Now absorbed what Nickelodeon was doing and tried to do its own thing.
Mhm.
So they had like little game elements and they had like segments, but nothing like this.
They had Figure It Out.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it came back. So 97 and 99, and then again in 2012. 227 episodes. So this show would have a panel of other Nickelodeon people. So there's like Kenan. You would get slime. There was like tubes above each of the panels, and at some point, like slime would happen. But the way this one would work is it was someone would come on with a hidden talent, and the panel would try to guess the words. Like it was a bunch of blanks.
Okay.
And you would uncover words.
Oh, like, what does this person do? What's their talent?
It was always like weird.
You're like, I'm a llama trainer or something.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And they would ask them questions, and if the words got uncovered, and yeah. Then we had Wild and Crazy Kids.
Okay.
41 episodes, 1990 it started. Again, just more physical challenges, oversized playgrounds, outdoor obstacle courses. A lot of these were like slime and goo and gross things that
more slime
kids
was coming
just
into it.
Got messy by the end of it. What Would You Do? It's similar. Mark Summers hosted this, where studio audiences are shown unusual, funny situations involving kids and families that ask you to vote on what you would do before the outcome is revealed. Between these What Would You Do segments, special guests and audience members are selected to perform silly, messy, or outrageous stunts, often involving whipped cream pies or other comedic challenges.
When you were watching this stuff after school, were your siblings with you? Like, what was the situation when you're watching this stuff?
Yeah, we're often all watching.
Okay. And were your mum and dad like coming out with the housework, or like, we're getting dinner? And you're like, well, no, we want to watch more. Or was there any kind of like fighting over how much you could watch?
I don't remember there being that.
Okay.
My mom was a stay-at-home mom until we were older.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was always off. He worked till like 6. He would come home at 6 from the city from working.
Right.
So I think it was pretty much like whatever will occupy these 4 kids.
Yeah, totally. Take this
We
in.
would do that. I mean, there was a point where there was a lot more outdoor play and around the neighborhoods. And my mom had this bell.
Oh, see, this is what I was angling for. Some like little weird family thing. She had a bell.
She had a bell, and when it was like dinner time, she would ring it from the deck. And we would know.
And you'd hear it.
And we would know
and you
from
would
around the neighborhood, like
flood back in.
be within bell ring.
I mean, that into itself is like a Nickelodeon show. Like, that doesn't seem real.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Guts. This was another one of my favorites.
Okay.
So 92 to 95, 160 episodes.
Uh-huh.
So this was more action sports competitions.
Oh, so there's like, do you have the guts to do this
yes,
crazy thing?
obstacle course. All of these have obstacle courses.
Well, they're fun. Yeah.
But I remember like big pools and basketball games, and then at the end there was this like towering mountain that they'd have to climb up, and the winner would get a giant guts trophy at the end.
To get to the top. Did you ever have anyone in your class or anyone in your world that ever got onto one of these shows?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
There was one kid that did, I think it was Guts.
Someone from your school?
Someone from our school.
Yeah. And I was curious because it's like, there's a lot of like millions of kids.
Yeah. And then Double Dare.
Okay.
I mean, all of these are kind of
Of a
merged in my brain too.
Yeah, completely.
This one, there was a lot of like going up noses, and there'd be like fake boogers and slime.
So more like gross out kind of slime orientated.
Yeah. But this was like teams of, and it was normally families.
Mhm.
I think they had like family Double Dare probably too, where you would compete with your family and do these like gross obstacles.
But all much of a muchness, slime being a common theme coming through.
All right. So then I'm going to late 90s.
Uh-huh.
These were
How old were you at this kind of point?
late 90s. This was when I'm like 12, 13.
Okay.
So I missed some of these shows, but these were still like pretty core Nickelodeon
Mhm.
shows that I thought were worth
Mhm.
telling you about. CatDog. Do you know about CatDog?
No. I feel like we had this. I never watched it.
Yeah, so CatDog was in 98, 2005.
I see a dog and a cat that's kind of fused into the one body.
Yep, so they were conjoined brothers. One clever but uptight cat, and the other was a fun-loving dumb dog.
Did they explain why they were fused, or is just the state that they're in?
Probably, but yeah, they shared one body, living in a fictional town of Nearburg.
It's a very funny idea.
Yeah,
Like to have like these two opposed creatures fused together.
yeah.
It's funny.
The Wild Thornberrys.
Never heard of it.
This 98 to 2004. I believe they also made a movie or two of this. It's an adventure series that follows the Thornberry family, a nomadic group of wildlife documentary filmmakers who travel the world and capture nature in its wild glory. So Eliza, the main character, can talk to animals.
Oh, I love this. Sort of a Dr. Doolittle-esque.
Yes, and she's got a pet chimp named Darwin that is like very smart. And then her brother is like maybe part monkey. He's like really wild and
A bit like sort of feral.
yes,
Like he's off with the creatures kind of thing. Yeah, okay. I can see that.
I can
from
hear
these
his
shots.
voice,
Right.
like just yeah.
Yeah, so he's like a little wild kid growing up.
Yeah, I think he was just meant to be a kid that didn't talk yet and was just like this little maniac.
I like this. I mean, what I like about this show is that it has like a really, like it's a premise where I feel like you can really get a lot out of it. Like a lot of these shows, and I guess it's the same with a lot of kid shows, it's literally one concept. Let's get a cat and a dog and they've got one body. Like that's kind of all you need. Whereas this, it's like a whole world. They're documentary filmmakers, this family, they're out with animals all the time.
Yeah. And I think this was very educational. You're learning about animals
Okay,
and
love it.
in Africa, and they're going
I like
to
this.
different
I
places.
think I would like this show.
I think you would too.
Okay.
Maybe check it out.
I might get into it. I need something new to watch.
The Angry Beavers.
Never heard
This
of
is
it.
97 to 2001. This was Norbert and Daggett Beaver, two North American beaver brothers who move out of their parents' home and become bachelors in the forest near way out of town, Oregon.
Very funny.
Daggett is excitable and hyperactive, while Norbert is laid back and clever. So that was always, it seems like a trope in a lot of these where you had the like
Yep.
serious smart one and then the like goofy, wacky, dumb one.
Because then literally every episode, no matter what's happening, you've got built-in conflict.
Yes.
And hijinks, and off you go.
Which, yes, plenty of goofy conflicts.
Did you identify with one particular beaver?
I didn't watch this one a ton.
Okay,
I
but it
do
was
remember
big.
this show quite a bit, though.
Okay. 64 episodes.
Yeah. It's
So much.
You'll know this. This is still on SpongeBob SquarePants,
I
Nickelodeon,
hear it's a big show.
1999.
I have watched bits of it. watched one of the movies that had David Hasselhoff in it. Iconic.
He works at Krusty Krab.
Mhm.
Patrick.
Do your kids watch this?
No, they get into it a little bit. I think they saw the movie.
I feel like some of these shows, this being one of them, did cross over into adults who are watching it and like liking it. Like SpongeBob, I feel is like beloved by adults as much as kids, and not just because they grew up with it.
Well, I was gonna say I think a lot of what SpongeBob is it just stayed on, and people
So it was literally people growing
that
up with
loved
it.
it as a kid are now introducing it.
Right,
to
so it's
their
just because it's
children.
been on for so long.
I think. I mean,
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
think it does play with like some adult humor that kids. It goes over kids' heads, and which a lot of these shows did that.
I feel like when I think of SpongeBob, it's in the same category to me as like Ren and Stimpy, where some of it almost taps into like a slightly drugged out, heightened state that
Yeah.
seems to kind of go hand in hand with those states of mind, maybe.
I do think it's pulled back a bit from Ren and Stimpy. Like Ren and Stimpy was
Ren
like
and Stimpy was fucked up.
really
It
gross.
was really fucking weird.
Yes.
Yeah, and extreme.
Like a total acid trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I mean, maybe though, like that was my interpretation of it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I wonder if I were to watch it now, if it would
Have
be
that same
quite as elevated.
reaction. Yeah. I mean, this SpongeBob is pretty trippy. I mean, a little creature's like a sponge
Yeah,
living under the ocean.
in his pet snail Gary, like just really goofy and
Yeah.
silly.
348 episodes.
Rocket Power.
Never heard of
This
it.
was 90. I did like this a lot.
They look like the Rugrats people.
A bit.
Same kind of style.
Same style. This was Otto Rocket, his town boy's sister Reggie Rocket, and their pals Twister Rodriguez and Sam Squid, who live in Southern California. So this was like, they were like extreme sport kids.
Okay.
They were like skateboarding, surfing.
Sort of aspirational. You're kind of like, these guys are cool.
Yeah, they were like the super cool
Yeah.
cartoon kids. And then the Amanda Show. So this
Okay, what is this?
Amanda Bynes.
I don't like these promo images. Like, they look like deranged.
So Amanda came from all
Not
that.
knocking any of
Yeah,
these
yeah, yeah.
kids.
Well, Amanda came from all that. This was just like another version of a sketch comedy show, which Josh and Drake, I believe, also spun off from this show. Like, there's lots of spin-offs happening.
Yeah.
And I do think Amanda has had some mental health issues.
Stemming from the crazy world of like being in this as like a kid.
Yeah. And yeah.
Because of course that's the other thing. Like all the kids in these shows were like little mini celebs. Like they were like living like quite a weird life, I imagine.
And that's it for my Nickelodeon.
I feel like you grew up in a world that was just so all encompassing that I got little flashes of it. And like when I recognize like football head guy,
Yeah, Arnold.
like, like that existed in New Zealand, but it wasn't like we weren't hit over the head with it.
Mhm.
Whereas I feel all of this stuff was just like deep in your bones
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
time.
I mean, going through and making this
for years.
was a fun exercise.
Yeah.
Just like how great TV, like that era of TV.
No, because I'm curious. Like, say, like we fast forward like 30 years, your kids doing a podcast, they're doing like, this is what I grew up with. I wonder if they would have the same level of like feeling and ownership of this stuff.
Yeah.
Or if it's more like they're into a thing for a week or a month and then the stuff doesn't last and they move on.
I feel like that's my, like they go through phases so much quicker.
That's the
because
feeling I
there's
get. Whereas
so
this stuff
much.
stuck around. Like we're talking like 350 episodes.
Yeah.
You grow up with the stuff and you grow up with the characters.
And like there was two kids stations that you were watching. You were watching Disney or Nickelodeon. It was channel 46 and 54 that we would flip between.
Yeah.
And you had like Cartoon Network was 47. That you would sometimes jump up to.
Would you fight with your siblings about like what you're watching? Was it like wrestling for the remote and shit, or was it pretty chill?
I don't remember a ton of that.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
I think
Harmony.
No, I doubt it was Harmony.
Yeah.
We had two TVs.
Your mum would, if you got too crazy, she'd get the bell.
We had
start ringing.
We had like a TV in the basement. I don't know. I don't remember there being a ton of
Not
fighting
too much
over
drama.
it, but I was also like outside playing with neighbors
You'd go out until the bell rang.
until the bell rang.
Sometimes when the bell rung, would some of you like be like you wouldn't come back? You'd be like a bit naughty and like stay out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what would happen then?
Absolutely.
What would your mum do?
Well, you get grounded.
You
for
get
that.
grounded.
Yeah.
What was a typical grounding? Just like no like Nickelodeon for a week or something.
You just were stuck at home.
Horrible.
Yeah. Couldn't
Horrible.
go out.
With your mum's cooking.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was being mean to your mum just then. Cooking's great. I just keep thinking of like you hassling her pie making ability. Now, I love that. Thank you.
Looking at all of these shows, which ones would you watch?
What I feel I really missed out on was that live action stuff.
Yeah.
Because when you mentioned, and I know at different network, when you mentioned Boy Meets World, I just remember being a kid and seeing other kids on screen was such a big thing.
Yeah.
And I missed out on like all those massive live action things. I would have loved the game shows as well, but I just think like kids being in outrageous situations, I would have been like very into. Like Keenan and Kel, like we had that, but it wasn't like a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I would have loved to have had more of that in my life.
I think you should watch The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Okay.
I think
your fave.
I think
you've got
that
it on
was
DVD.
like zany enough that I think it would still check out.
Okay, all right. He's got a tattoo that sort of
Petunia. I have a friend. I think he got that matching tattoo.
Oh, well, that's incredible.
He loved
that show. When I saw the poster, when that came up, I did not think this would be the show that stuck with you. Looked really weird. And again, it's that central premise of like the whole show is based around they got the same name.
I know.
And let's build on that.
Brothers.
So you're calling the guy that's got the tattoo?
I know he loved it. I'll see if he answers.
Okay. Was he in LA?
Chicago.
Later.
It's midnight there.
He's just like
answer. He's got. Let me just Google the tattoo though. That was it.
Oh, it's quite like
yeah.
What an unusual thing to be part of that show.
Yeah, it was like
it's really weird. And they never explain like how he had that. It was like a magical tattoo.
Yeah, it was part of the intro. This is my brother Pete, and this is his tattoo, Petunia.
I mean, that's a funny gag. Just a kid having a tattoo with no particular like reason.
And I do remember the like intro to that was a band playing this theme song like live, like in the front yard of their house.
This show sounds great.
Yeah.
Would they still be alive today? Do we know what Pete and Pete are doing?
They are. I think Little Pete was in like a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Big Pete?
Big Pete, I'm not sure. Yeah, they're either like still acting or they completely got out of the game.
Completely out, cashed out, living a more mellow life.
Yeah.
Obviously, a part of this world as well, which I feel we can touch on in a future episode, is some of the weirder side of it. Like there was diciness within the world of Nickelodeon.
Yeah. I mean, there was that
entire documentary
based on Nickelodeon. So that was also why I wanted to just stick to 90s nostalgia in talking about these shows.
Let's make this pure, beautiful, good moments.
Like our Christian music thing where we can...
We'll do a part 2 where we delve into the icky side, beyond icky side of Nickelodeon. But as a kid, like, I love that you had like a good time with this show.
Yeah. I mean, it was nothing but fond memories of watching Nickelodeon.
It's also that thing of like when you're a kid, there's no cynicism, you're not jaded, and everything feels so big. So like watching things is like the best possible time to be amazed and involved in a story.
I mean, it just like opened all these different worlds and showed you these different perspectives. And
if one of those shows could survive and all the others had to go, would it be Pete and Pete that stays? Or would you have like a Doug?
Doug, I think, is up there.
Mayonnaise.
It's still got to be the live action ones, I think.
Yeah.
Like the cartoons feel very time capsuled in an era.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have the same fondness for it coming back.
Yeah.
And like I don't know that like my boys would get the magic of it.
Yeah.
Which is like a bit like trying to watch The Wire now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't watch The Wire when it came out. I know people love it.
Some of our similarities are quite weird because I'm the same. I haven't watched it.
I've tried, and when I tried, it's been ripped off so much.
I know
that it was it made it feel
like
unoriginal.
It's a parody.
Yeah,
it's a little bit like when you watch The Matrix today.
Yeah,
it's very hard to take seriously because like bullet time has been done and parodied so much.
Yeah.
You forget that's the original thing.
Yeah.
I know. I'm the same. I missed The Wire at the time. I love everything about it. I should love it.
Yeah.
I have the same problem. Lesson being, when something is out, just watch it when it's out. Don't come back later.
Yeah, I think Adventures of Pete and Pete.
You got it on DVD.
Got it on DVD.
Where'd you get it from? Just
I think
the
eBay.
internet. So funny.
The problem was we also didn't have a DVD player. So when I got him it for Christmas
Like,
one
damn it.
year, I got it for Christmas one year and he was so confused. So it was just like, what is this?
What is this thing?
And then I had to find a DVD player and we'd
Well,
watch
that's
it in
the
the
thing.
garage and he got like really excited about going to watch it.
Pretty cute.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like you have like a PlayStation 5 or something now. Doesn't play DVDs. It's like an issue.
Yeah.
I grew up with physical media, so it's really odd when you run into those kind of problems.
Yeah.
And must be so weird having a kid who's just, well, I mean, obviously normal, but weird being like, what is this thing?
Well, he
What
did
is
not,
this?
he could not grasp like, why can't we watch this? And I was like, well, it's on this disc and we don't have
Sits here.
anything that can
That
play.
will
And he's like,
read
well,
what
but
this
you
is."
bought it. Why can't you get this on the TV?
Yeah.
And he was a little younger when this happened. This was a few years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, he could not grasp we had to wait a couple days.
No, because it is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like
I was
this
like, no,
thing.
it's right here. Let's go put this on the TV.
Yeah, no, don't. Daddy doesn't have the thing that can read
We don't have
this.
the machine that does this.
Oh, man. Thank you, Rob. How many slides was that?
I think 56 slides.
Really good one. Thank you, Rob.
You got it.
I appreciate learning from you. If you have any feedback, as always, flightlessbirdchat@gmail.com.
Or your favorites, ones that I missed. I
Deeply
didn't
curious.
I didn't get every Nickelodeon show.
No. I mean, if you did, we'd be here for literal hours. And no one needs that. Flightlessbirdchat@gmail.com. Would love to know your recollections of Nickelodeon. And if you have any particular relationship to it beyond just watching. Maybe you were in one of the shows. Maybe you voiced Patty Mayonnaise right in. It's weird, isn't it, when you're a kid and like there's romance on screen and stuff, like all that early stuff when you don't even really know what that is, but it's exciting and interesting.
I had a crush on Patty Mayonnaise.
Yeah,
And she was a cartoon.
Same.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Feedback.
Which, wait,
Yeah.
the voice of Patty Mayonnaise, I think, is
Who was she?
the actress in Orange is the New Black.
One of Netflix's first big prestige shows, along with House of Cards. Early stages of like bingeable quality series.
Yeah. Constance Schulman
Get out. Patty Mayonnaise.
is Patty Mayonnaise. And she still like has that voice. I remember when Orange is the New Black
Voice.
came on, I
You
could
felt
tell
something.
the voice.
Like, I know that voice.
I mean,
It's Patty Mayonnaise. Really, really good. If you're listening, email us, flightlessbirdchat@gmail.com. Feedback. Would you like to hear some, Rob?
yes, let's hear some feedback.
A lot of feedback to Hooters. I think you texted me this, Rob, one of my favorite comment that I think sums up the whole vibe perfectly. Elise, this episode is two of the most respectful and feminist men faced with their biggest fear, which is being at risk of disrespecting women. I thought that was just chef's kiss in every conceivable way. Perfectly
Perfectly.
Perfectly stated. Thank you, Elise. Over on our Patreon, some feedback. Hooters reached here in Australia, and it was great. Had my 30th birthday at Hooters. Both my wife and I went there often. And when we were in Las Vegas, my wife got a tattoo at the Hooters casino. I was unaware there was a Hooters casino.
Me too.
But that should be unsurprising, probably. Also, someone else on our Patreon mentioned the outfit checks is more widespread than you'd think. It's not just Hooters. As a teen, I worked at Abercrombie, and we had to wear their clothes, fair enough. So before the store opened, we tried on jeans, and the managers decided on fit. I was wearing a pair that fits perfectly, and she was like, go down a size. My pelvic bones literally hurt by the end of the day because of how tight these jeans were. So yeah, outfit checks, I guess, obviously beyond Hooters.
Do you know about Abercrombie and Finch?
I know it's like a fancy kind of, is it for like,
It's like preppy,
preppy?
but so
It feels like Lacoste. Same world as that little alligator logo.
but the lore I remember
Mm.
most about Abercrombie, aside from the LFO song, which was like
Which I don't know
a boy
either.
band.
Okay.
They would pump their cologne and their scent out of the air ducts of the store. So you'd be at the mall, you could smell when you're walking by.
You could smell
Abercrombie and Finch. It was like a very strong smell.
And when you were like walking by, the idea is like, this smells
would entice you. Like I remember like in high school, that was the cologne I wanted. It was always too expensive of a store for us.
Yeah. But it was like aspirational. You're like, this is something.
The cologne just like pumped out of the vents.
Horrific.
Yeah.
There was a cookie store in New Zealand. And they would spray out cookie smell onto the streets. Chris. Could not stop laughing during the Hooters episode. Growing up, my dad would take me to Hooters often. He wasn't the best dad in the world. And in hindsight, he was just using the guise of taking me out for dinner to go to Hooters and not for the food. It wasn't every week, but it was often enough that some of the workers knew me and would sit with me in color while I ate, and it's actually quite, I don't mean to laugh, kind of sad. And my dad sat at the bar and did who knows what. So I had a laugh at the family-friendly mention. Chris, you've got great perspective on your childhood. It sounded not necessarily fun.
I will say,
you got to color in.
My memories of going to Hooters when I was younger was much more like dark bar.
Oh, more like dive bar?
Carpet, not dive bar, but like 90's restaurant. Like not brand sports bar. Not like the one we went to is pretty much Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
But it was much more like, old 90's restaurant. Like,
I didn't even think of like the decor changing over time.
Yeah,
and, like, the layout
I think
of the
it's evolved quite a bit.
Skylar said, I moved to northern Kentucky last year and started working near the floating Hooters, which I Googled. There's a Hooters on a river. There you go.
Of course.
Natasha said, my ex-husband used to frequent Hooters on an almost daily basis. I find that I feel like I'm in a very like drivey mode. It's just a very funny sentence. My ex-husband used to frequent Hooters on an almost daily basis. Just a very funny sentence. He knew all the servers, and one of his friends married the manager at the time. I would tag along sometimes, specifically for game days. I live in Calgary, Alberta, and every home game for the Calgary Flames, Hooters had special tickets that included a meal and a bus ride on the Hooters scooter to the game. The bus was painted bright purple and had an amazing sound system. Loud music was played to and from the game, and it was a great time.
Do you know who the Calgary Flames are?
They're a sports team.
Do you know what sport?
Okay, let me think about this.
Calgary Flames.
Calgary Flames feels like basketball because when you jump and dunk,
you're thinking
got
like NBA
flames
Jam
coming out. NBA Jam.
Calgary's in Canada though.
Hockey.
Yep.
Fuck. Okay. I didn't even know what Calgary was. Jessica, I'm an American immigrant in Switzerland here. Zurich used to have a Hooters. It tried to have Hooters. I'd been raised with Hooters near airports, but in Zurich, it's at the heart of the red light district. Wings with scantily clad women didn't flourish because mere meters were brothels, and it closed after 3 years. Basically, Hooters there brushed up too closely.
It was too tame.
It was too tame. I thought that was very funny. She signed off with, oof, witteluge. Don't know what that is. Hope I haven't said anything terrible. Okay, Barbara wrote in regards to our white chocolate Hershey's episode. Barbara said, the Milky Bar is not real white chocolate. The Milky Bar being a Nestle product, which we sold in New Zealand. Milky Bar Kid fronted it. Okay, so Barbara says the Milky Bar is milk powder with oil. It's vegetable fat and must taste like wax. Real white chocolate is made with cocoa butter, which is white, and probably real cream. Milky Bar is a Nestle product, which is just as fake as Hershey's.
Probably real cream.
Really, really liked that slam down at the end. As always, thank you for all your feedback. flightlessbirdchat@gmail.com. Please let us know your own Nickelodeon memories, or maybe like current shows they're doing that blow your mind. Maybe they're doing new shit that you want us to know about.
And don't forget, tickets are going on sale this week. Sunday, March 29th in Salt Lake City. Thursday, April 2nd in Austin. And Saturday, April 4th in Dallas.
If you are on our Patreon, we have the pre-sale code up there for you now. Head over there. And yeah, we'll see you next week. As always, flightlessbirdchat@gmail.com with any feedback. Thank you for educating me, Rob.
Thank you for being open and coming along for the Nickelodeon ride.
Anytime you do a slideshow presentation, I'm fucking here for it, and I'm not joking. See you next week.
See you next week. And before we go, here's a preview of our latest bonus episode on Patreon. You can sign up at patreon.com/flightlessbird.
Hoot hoot. Thanks for being here. We're going to do a Q&A. You're welcome, as always, to drop any questions for future ones of these in the Q&A chat over on Patreon. We thought we'd sort of read each of these out in an American accent.
Yeah.
Sort of assuming where the person is from.
What's y'all's biggest...
Go.
What's y'all's biggest fear? Only a Southern accent because he said y'all.
It's really good.
Your accent. You're up.
David, as a documentarian, is the shorter form approach of the podcast as creatively satisfying as your longer form stuff?
Rob, what has becoming a co-host and being more front-facing taught you as a producer?
Also, Braven and Rob, what are the worst injuries each of you has ever sustained? I shit myself in an art gallery once. I apologize if you've said and I missed it, but you mentioned a band you toured and lived with. Which band? Thanks, buddy.
I think these are just all Southern accents.
It's the best accent.
Only accent we can do.
It's just awful.